Hey, welcome back to Work From Home with Kimber. I'm VertForce founder, Kimber Hill, and in today's episode, what we are covering is career trajectory and career progression in the field of tax. I said this on our call, I'll say it again. If I had to sit down with any military spouse and discuss your options for mobile careers that are going to progress with you, tax is where I would start.
Virtual employment is here to stay. I'm military spouse, VertForce founder, and your remote work expert, Kimber Hill. Subscribe now to learn how you too can thrive in the virtual workforce.
I'm excited about this episode in particular because we're talking about a field that a lot of military spouses overlook. It is tax preparation. And I want to emphasize here that there's just a ton of career trajectory and career growth available to you. So if you like numbers and you are confident in your ability to learn a new skill, consider this. Today we're going to cover how you can start from scratch with zero experience by going through the Intuit Academy and taking the 30-hour tax associate course, and then how taking that course can help you launch your career and get hired at Intuit. Finally, once you're hired at Intuit, you can actually train at Intuit to become an enrolled agent. What is an enrolled agent? You guys, it is a federal credential, very similar to something like being licensed as a lawyer or being licensed as a CPA. You are licensed with the IRS as an enrolled agent. What's unique about it and why it's important to the military community and why you should latch onto it is because it is a federal credential that will PCS with you. You do not have to relicense as an enrolled agent in any other state. Today's episode has so much information. We're going to talk to you about what kind of opportunity is here for you in the tax field. Let's dive in.
So one of the best things about Intuit Academy is that it's free, it's online, and it's accessible to anyone in the United States. The tax level 1 is really set up for folks that are interested in tax. You don't have to have previous experience. It's both text with videos and simulations, and it's very engaging and interactive. There's quizzes. There's a lot of different ways to kind of get through it. And I'm definitely not a tax person, but I've gone through the courses myself, and they're quite interesting. So I've learned a lot about why we do what we do when it comes to paying our taxes. So that was helpful. We estimate it can take a learner about 30 hours. We've seen folks get through it in 15, 20. It's really up to the learner and how they learn. Something that's very new and exciting since I think the last time I was on a VertForce webinar is that we've launched practice exams for the Intuit Academy Tax Level 1 test. You have 5 attempts at taking the practice test. The practice test is completely designed based off of the badge exam. Once you complete the practice test, you'll be asked if you want to download your score report, and that score report will give you every single question plus the correct answer. So you want to do that because that will give you all of the scenarios plus the correct answer. So you'll be able to use that as a study guide. So kind of, again, the flow, take the courses, 17 modules, take the practice exam up to 5 times, and then you have up to 2 opportunities to take the badge exam. With that 2 opportunities, what I mean is you'll go in, you'll take the test. It's up to 2 hours. It is open book, open notes. So you can quickly Google and research. You can have your notes there with you, but it is timed in 2 hours. So you might want to kind of set a timer for yourself when you're doing the practice exam to see how long it takes you because the practice exam is not timed. So just some helpful hints. But if you don't pass on your first attempt for the final exam, you only have 1 more attempt before you go into a 6-month cool-off period. So that's just important to know.
This is why I love having you on, Artie, because you are just a wealth of information for our people. And a lot of it, I'm sitting here thinking, wait, I haven't heard that before. So I need to make sure we recap that. There are 5 practice tests, and you should execute all 5 practice tests. Download your score report and use that as a study guide. No one is expected to be able to comprehend or execute 75,000 pages of tax code. So it would make sense that that's something that is open book. So the badging test is open book, but it would be very useful for you to have already done all of the practice tests and have those available for you. Okay, and then that new layer that you talked about is there could actually be practical AI-based technology for you to work on fakey taxes when you're finished, right? To help strengthen your skills.
And one other thing that we are looking at launching at the end of August is a tax simulation experience, if you will. But our goal is to be able to get folks what we call street to seat. So someone who has zero experience, who's interested in working for TurboTax Live, a way to come in, take Tax 1, take the practice test, earn the badge, and then if they still have less than 1 year paid tax experience, gain some practical knowledge doing basic tax returns. This would be in fillable forms online, where you'll be given a scenario and you'll be given all of the fake information for the family or the person, and you'll be asked a series of questions.
So this is one of the things that I love about Intuit is, we've been working with them since 2019, and they've listened from day one. From day one, they've said, okay, we acknowledge that our barrier to entry for these roles is high, and we acknowledge that military spouses and veterans are a great fit. So we are going to develop a pathway to help train and prepare our military spouses and veterans to come and work for Intuit. And this has been their answer. So that's one of the reasons we love them. So snaps and claps and emojis for Intuit. Thank you guys so much for everything that you've done for our community. We appreciate it. So when we're talking to military spouses who are here today, who may not have any tax prep experience in the past, why would you encourage them to take the Intuit Level 1 tax course and consider pursuing a career at Intuit, even as far as going into the enrolled agent program?
The enrolled agent program is great. Like I saw somebody else say, you can take that anywhere. So a CPA or an attorney, they're licensed within their state, but an enrolled agent, that is a national credential. That credential, you can pick it up and you can take it anywhere with you. You can go from Kansas to Texas to New York. There is a lot you can do with the enrolled agent that doesn't have the limitations. And an enrolled agent, unlike a CPA, again, only does taxes. You may do something else on the side, but your training is only taxes. CPAs have a very limited tax if they're not focused on tax in and of itself.